Is the most important type of water which is used for the production and the washing of the equipment of the non-parental dosage form producing equipments and utensils and things like that, which we usually use in the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility, and also for the production of the solutions like the gelatin solution we produce for the granulation purposes. So this is the important solvent which is mostly used for the production of the pharmaceutical oral dosage forms and the topicals in the cases of ointment creams and lotions and solutions and liquid syrups. This type of water which is produced for the production of most of the oral dosage forms. So this is very important, and it is produced in large quantities in the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility. So it is used for the preparation of all the medication except ampoules, injections, and some official external preparations like liniments. So the major use of this water is for the production of oral and non-sterile topical production of the pharmaceuticals. This is the type of water which is mostly used in the pharmaceutical production. It is also used for the final rinsing of the equipment of oral dosage forms that we use for the manufacturing of the oral dosage forms. Like the mixers, granulators, the dryers, and all those trolleys in which it comes into the direct contact with the equipment. So purpose: it is used for the production of non-parental preparations or the formulations, and the cleaning of the equipment for use of non-parental purpose. And mostly it is also used for the preparation of reagents in the quality control lab, for the preparation of it is also used for preparation of certain bulk chemicals, and also used for the preparation of media in the microbiology laboratories. Preparation technique: there are many techniques: deionization, distillation, ion exchange, RO, and filtration. But all these techniques we will study in a proper sequence, so that we will be able to understand that how it actually is produced. So this is the outline of the processes involved in it in its production. The most important type of water is water for injection, and water for injection is used for the production of the parenterals. This is the one special type of water that we use for the production of sterile dosage form, and it must have to be sterile and non-pyrogenic. Sterility and pyrogenicity you have already studied in many subjects you have previously studied in your different semesters before this industrial pharmacy. So sterility, the concept of sterility you have studied in microbiology, in the microbiology, and pyrogenic substances also studied in the microbiology. And all those concepts you have to revise and recall all those concepts. You have to recall all those concepts, that what is sterility and what is pyrogenicity, and how the pyrogens come into contact with this water, and how these things affect on the human body. Sterility, definitely, if we talk about sterility, it is an absolute term, and it says that there should be an absolute absence of viable microorganisms. So viable microorganisms, you can study all these things in your by recalling your previous notes and the books involved in the previous studies, that what is the sterility, and how these things can be observed uh, in your product. We will study a little bit about this, but the specific, I think the specific subject you will be studying in this semester also will be the pharmaceutical quality management, PQM. And so this water contains no added substances, and also meets the requirements of the test of purified water. It has to be qualifying the test of purified water, but other than that, it should qualify the tests of endotoxins and the pyrogen test. And all these tests you will study in the PQM. Endotoxins definitely are produced by the microorganisms which are usually present and like to be there in the water. So endotoxins must not exist in this product. Water for injection cannot. There is certain limitation. There's certain limitation, and that limitation you can observe by test for the pyrogens, which will be discussed in the PQM, subject of the PQM. But for your knowledge, this test is called, mostly we conduct this. Previously we were conducting the test on using the rabbits. The pyrogen test was run through the group of rabbits, 4 or 5 group of three rabbits, and one pyrogen meter was used to measure the pyrexia of the controlled rabbits. So each rabbit, a group of one group was left as a control group, and the three other groups were used to monitor the effect of WFI. So each rabbit was injected with this WFI, and then the equipment keeps on monitoring the temperature of the rabbits. And this has been has not been used these days because it's obsolete now. And now the test is called LAL test, Limulus amoebocyte lysate. This is a kind of enzyme which comes from some horseshoe crab, heart of the horseshoe crab, and then this enzyme coagulates the endotoxins when it comes into the contact with those. So USP and BP, definitely these are the reference compendias from where we take the parameters of the analysis of purified water and water for injection or highly purified water. So you have to find out those parameters, or you have to consult those reference books or compendias for compendias to find out the parameters from which you can find out which kind of the properties you actually have to comply with those properties written in the monograph of that WFI or purified water monograph, and then you can finalize that this water definitely lies into the category of the purified water, or it lies into the category of the water for injection. Sterile water for injection is definitely used for the production of the parenterals and cleaning of the contact components of the equipment used for the production of the parenteral dosage forms. And the production technique we will see in detail in the coming lecture. It is stored in the sealed containers, and sometimes it is stored when it is in the bulk form. Ultraviolet light is also shed on inside the container, with the having of a UV killing intensity for the bacteria. So it can be stored in the sealed containers and in the bulk containers, but in the industry we in the main container in which we actually store for production of our pharmaceutical batch, that container we have already discussed before these vacations, that it is kept on circulating. It is kept on circulating and it is maintained at 80 degrees centigrade throughout the period until it is used for the production of the pharmaceutical dosage form. So we will see all those methodologies and the equipments being used for the production of this kind of water, and its storage in the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility, and the bulk packing or small volume packing if we do for this. We will see all those things, how we pack all this as a product, as a WFI ampules, as a WFI bulk containers, and also how we store in the industry. There's another kind of water which is called bacteriostatic water for injection, and this is primarily, it has to be sterile, but it contains bacteriostatic agents, and it is also packed in single dose containers, which should be not bigger than 5 ml size, and multi-dose containers which will contain not more than 30 ml, and it is properly labeled indicating which kind of this product is. So it is also used to dilute certain kind of parental products, and its production we will see in upcoming lectures. Sterile water for inhalation. Sterile water for inhalation is a water which is packed and rendered sterile for the production for the use of uh, in the inhalators or the equipments used in to aid the patient to inhale something. Uh, there is no big difference, but it can be it does have less stringent specification for the bacterial endotoxin, but it definitely is sterile and it must have to be sterile. But it is not used for the production of parentals because due to the difference of this thing, bacterial endotoxin. So it is used for the preparation of inhalators and inhalation solutions. It should be sterile. Its production will be the same way that we will produce the highly purified water. Sterile water for irrigation is also another important kind of water which is used in the hospitals for the irrigation purposes, and it is also packed in single dose containers of 1 liter in size. And its purpose is to bath and moisten body tissue, performing urological procedures for surgeons. Usually patient with the injuries come into the hospital, or certain equipment is to be washed, which is like intratracheal tubes or kind of those things which are being used by the hospital. So all those things are washed with this water for irrigation. Sometimes people use normal saline for the same purpose. So technique is the same for the production of WFI. Some examples are the surgical irrigation solutions, splash solutions, which you see in the hospital, urological irrigation solutions, glycine solution, and sorbitol solution. Another is water for hemodialysis. So it is used for the hemodialysis application, and it is stored in the containers which should not be reactive to this water. Unreactive means it is packed in the bulk, so container must be taken carefully so the things may not leach into it, or this water may cause corrosion or some kind of thing related to the reaction with the container. The water should not be able to react with the container. But this water does not have any antimicrobial components in it. So it is used for the purpose of hemodialysis, dilutions and dilutions, to make the dilutions for the hemodialysis solutions, and it is produced by the procedure by which we produce this safe drinking water. The most important thing is the steam. So one is the steam, the raw steam we have already discussed in previous lectures using the boiler. And the other thing we have we have also already discussed a little bit about that, and the term was pure steam. And we have just gone through the glimpse of that multi-effect distillation apparatus, from which I have told you that the column one, from column 1 we used to take out that clean steam for our purposes of use in the industry. So pure steam is used in the industry mostly for the autoclavation purposes, and also to decontaminate the linings and the surfaces. So this we will see how to produce. Some areas are humidified with also this steam, where the temperature and the things are not important. And sterilization we have already discussed in our previous lectures, also in the autoclavation. Okay, now comes the topic of how we produce this water, how we produce the water, or these different kind of waters, how we produce all these different kind of waters in the industry. In the industry, the process is a bit complicated and goes through a series of processes involved in the production of the different types of water used for the production and other utilization purposes in the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility. So in this slide we will discuss right from the point which is called the drinking water. We have this drinking water, and then how we process this drinking water to produce our specific at least two different types of waters. One is called purified water, and the other one is highly purified water, or the WFI. So we start from drinking water, and then we think about this, that it requires processing or not. Drinking water is coming in the industry, and then we start thinking about this, that we are going to process it or not. If not, then it will go for the washing purposes into the pharmaceutical manufacturing and certain other kind of, if the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility is about the APIs, it will go for the APIs, etc. And if it requires water treatment, means we definitely want to produce purified water and highly purified water. So definitely this drinking water requires processing, and it will go to the water treatment plant. Now this one point is clear, that the raw water which is coming, raw water in the form of drinking water, or we can take the raw water also. So this water, starting water, which does not comply with the parameters of purified water and highly purified water, definitely requires processing, and where it will go to the water treatment plant. In the facility, it is usually, and in mostly it is installed, 99% cases it is installed inside the facility. So what happens next? The water goes to the water treatment plant, and this water treatment plant we will discuss not in this lecture how this water treatment plant works, but in this lecture we will overview all the blocks of the uh, processes involved in the water treatment. And here comes purified, here comes purified water. So after processing water treatment, the result should be the purified water. And purified water can be used where it can be used. Water for hemodialysis, it can go, and this purified water we can send this water in the form of the bulk packing for the hemodialysis. For the preparation of analytical reagents, it can go, this water can be used for the preparation of analytical reagents, and then it can be packed in the form of bulk for use for certain other purposes. Cleaning and rinsing of the non-parental equipment of the certain dosage forms, which are oral dosage forms or non-sterile topical dosage form production areas, where we can utilize this water to rinse the container finally prior to the production of the non-parental dosage forms. And then this the same can be used, is also used in the form of sterile purified purified water, and it is also packed in bulk. And in all these important things, the most important use of this purified water in the pharmaceutical manufacturing facility is it is packed as a hemodialysis bulk. Second most important is it is used for the preparation of analytical reagents. Secondly most important is rinsing of the equipment used in the oral production of the oral dosage forms and the non-parental dosage forms, and then this can go for the distillation. This can go for the distillation, or certain, there is distillation method, and certain other most advanced methods are also there to produce WFI. So when it goes for the distillation, and this will be discussed in the lecture of the lecture, where we will be discussing the equipment used or the process used in detail for the production of the purified water and distillation water, WFI. So WFI when produced, it is used for the cleaning and rinsing of the here I have a mistake in the slide. It is used for the cleaning of the equipment for the production of parental dosage forms and the production of the parental dosage forms. For the cleaning of equipment used in the parental dosage forms, and it is also packed in bulk also. Maybe it can be used for other purposes and can be used packed in bulk for the further use. It is also packed in small volume WFI ampules. It is also packed for the sterile water for irrigation. It is also used for the production of biostatic water for injection and sterile water for inhalation. And how these all these different type of waters are different from each other. All these things are regulated through pharmacopoeial monographs and rules and regulations